And I'm back. So this is part three. It's a shame that I got to make three parts of a video, but I had to do that. So anyway, like I said, I came down here. I'm on a journey to, just seeing what my options are out here as far as business, networking, housing, and just moving forward, just transitioning my life out of Jersey. Or if not transitioning out of Jersey, more or less having a dual residency between Jersey and Florida, specifically South Florida. I love South Florida. So this is where I'm at. I'm here for 30 days to figure it out. I always have an amazing time here in Miami. I always meet amazing people. And, I find that my most fruitful experiences occur when I actually do solo traveling. I think that when you travel solo, people tend to just be curious about who you are and feel less intimidated about approaching you when you're alone versus when you're in a group of people. Plus, when you're in a group of people, you always have to be accommodating to what everybody wants and needs. And sometimes that could just really be a bit much. So, and I like to, I'm a Sag, I like to just kind of go and flow at my own pace. But nonetheless, I'm here and I have to tell you, like, I was just having a conversation with my friend Walida this morning, and I was discussing with her all the emotions that I have felt in this journey. Like, first of all, just getting here alone was like, I felt like I was like traveling for hours, like legit. Um, I drove 4 hours to Lorton, Virginia. Took a auto train. With the auto train, you can load your vehicle on the train, which is amazing. Like whoever came up with the concept, completely smart. Because I'm the type of person that I don't like to drive beyond 40 minutes. To be honest with you, like maybe Jersey has spoiled me. I just don't like long road trips. I'm a if we go on somewhere, I'm a are we boarding person, or are we let's go through that TSA. I'm a let's hop on the plane and go. I'm not really a driver like that. I could drive, don't get it twisted, but I just don't like to drive for long periods of time. So to make a long story short, drove to Lorton, Virginia, was on the train for 16 hours overnight. So like I'm on the train and I'm sitting there like, okay, well, it was a lot more comfortable than what I anticipated, but I'm traveling solo, so like me having my laptop and certain things like that, I was a little paranoid because I was like, okay, I don't want anybody to steal my shit. I might have to go to the bathroom, whatever the case may be. But luckily, just on this journey, I've met some just amazing people, whether they've impacted my life in a small or a big way. Like I was super thankful just for this lady who was like, oh, do what you need to do, go to the bathroom, do what you need to do. I'll watch your stuff. Same thing with a family that I met at the actual train station. So those things might not really seem as big, but let me tell you something, like it's important. It's those things matter. Those things remind you that people are still human and actually care, and there are still good people out here in the world. Very thankful. We got to Sanford, Florida, 16 hours later. So, my vehicle came off. I didn't have to wait long for it. Shout out to Amtrak. Then I drove from Sanford, Florida to Miami. That was another 4 hours. So, a funny thing is, as I was driving, it rained, it was sunny, it rained, it was like the most bipolar weather, but that's South Florida weather. And finally I get here and I'm just like overwhelmed. I need to shower. I'm sweaty. I'm like overwhelmed because I literally packed like hella stuff. I packed, as you can see from the previous video, the closet is full, so I moved in. I've also brought, all my seasonings and all, I brought like just shoes and work stuff, laptops, all everything that I need. And my vehicle was packed out. So I'm thinking to myself, oh, it's going to be a nightmare unloading this thing. But let me tell you, I get here, valet, shout out to Alberto. I mean, when I tell you, like Alberto and this other young man, they helped me so much. They helped me, like I could, like my truck was unloaded in no time and everything was brought upstairs in no time. Even in my fatigue and, all of the craziness that I had going on, with this trip, like I said, I'm being intentional. I'm not trying to blow the bank. So I said I'm going to the supermarket because we're gonna act like we're a resident. We're not eating out and living like we're rich. The wealth is coming, but it's we're not wealthy right now. It's coming. So I went to the supermarket, went grocery shopping, and picked up some foods and things like that to hold me over for a few weeks. I'm still gonna treat myself. It's just that we're being reasonable. So I come back. He brings my groceries up. I mean, just absolutely amazing. Not let's also not forget I'm a remote employee. So with me being a remote employee, my biggest communication with the host was I need to be able to connect to your internet. Like I legit need to plug my Ethernet cord from my work phone into your router. So, he told me via message via Airbnb that, oh, yes, you can do that. The router is in the ceiling. So we get here and I'm thinking like I think he said it's on the ceiling, not so much in the ceiling. So I'm looking around. I'm like, I don't see any routers in the or on the ceiling. So I'm sitting up here like, oh shit, like this could go real left. Like I can't not work. I can't. That's not the arrangement. I'm like I said, this is an intentional trip. I'm still working, but I'm also allowing myself to figure things out and still, of course, enjoy the amenities. But priorities are always first. So I'm sitting up there like, oh shit, like. I said, where's the host? He's like, he most likely lives in like another country. I was like, what you mean he's not here? And he's like, I think he's like in Russia or something like that. I said, okay. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to contact IT for my job the next day and see what options I have available. So I said, let me I'm going to just unpack because you know what? I truly feel like God is all over this trip. There's no way that I've gotten here safely with the help, with other people just assisting me along the way. There's no way that I've gotten here without God's hands on the process. And also, my grandfather is like my absolute favorite relative that has passed on. So he's, an ancestor. He's one of my ancestors at this point. And, I love him so much. Oh. Just having a moment. I'm sorry. I love my grandfather. You have no idea. I miss him. I miss my grandfather so much. So much. But anyway, let me pull it together because I ain't trying to have a Oprah Super Soul moment with you like that. But I just know my grandfather is with me on this journey as well. And I feel his spirit. I think about him all the time. And I really feel his presence on this. And I'm just thankful. I'm really just thankful. But I just said, you know what? No, I'm going to unpack because I'm going to figure this out. There's no way in the world that I'm bringing all this stuff back to Jersey after the journey that I've taken to get here. So, I unpack everything. The next, at that time, my job was closed for the day. So the next day I called IT. I'm on the phone with IT. And he's like, yeah, you might have to bring your phone in. It's like, bring my phone in. I can't bring this phone in. I'm not even in Jersey. So I'm sitting up there like, I said, is there something that the provider of the internet, like the provider of this phone service that we use, is there something that they can do? He's like, let me see what I can do on my end. So, he reaches out to them. They call me. We're having like a little discussion about what the options are. And he's like, you need to restart the router. So I'm like, okay. When Alberto, who was the valet here, we did eventually find we thought it was the router. It wasn't the router. So we plugged my Ethernet cord in there, but could not log into the phone. So it literally was like up in the ceiling on top of a vent. Okay, so like who would have thought that would be there? But anyway, it was there. So to make a long story short, I'm like sitting here like, oh my God. I text Alberto because at this point, Alberto and I have hung out for like an hour trying to figure this out yesterday. So he said, hit me up tomorrow when you speak to the IT company with your job. And then basically I'll come back up and, see what I could do. I texted him like, Alberto, I need you to, if you can come up, please come up because I'm on the phone with IT and, they're telling me that I need to reset the router or whatever. And, I can't get up there. So he's like, okay, I got you. But, he's working and like, he wasn't able to come for hours, hours. He was not able to come until hours later. So I did as much work that did not involve my phone as possible. So then finally he comes and then, he gets up there and he's like, he's like, we're trying it with the same piece that we thought was the router. If that's not it, then look at God. Let me tell you something. He looks over. He's like, oh, it's right here. Now I don't know what right here is because I can't see up in the ceiling. I'm down on the ground like, help, please, because like I don't know what's going on. So he finds the router and plugs it in, and thank God because my phone lights up and it's ready to go. So when I tell you, like, I was just like, I was like, Alberto, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. If that connection wasn't gonna happen, I was about to be on Indeed.com because I'm not leaving. Like right now, I'm not leaving right now. So, and I was like, are y'all hiring? So it just became that real. But nonetheless, I just say all of that to say, God is great. 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 I cannot even explain to you the protection, the love, the opportunities, even the creativity. I thank God for making me a creative. Like just all of these things that God has blessed me with. I'm just so thankful. And I'm like, I'm not a religious person, but I definitely believe in God. And I'm just very thankful. And I just want, hopefully this message encourages anybody who wants to achieve certain things to keep on going. Even with my business, like, a lot of people don't know, but my business started just from really a bad breakup with this guy. I started painting, and next thing you know, I had a whole bunch of paintings in my apartment, and people were like, "Well, are you going to sell them?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll get to it. I'll get to it." Then I met this young lady on the beach one day, and she was telling me that she was having an event at Newark Symphony Hall. She was having a doula expo, and she was looking for an artist. I said, "Well, I have paintings." So she's like, "Well, you could be my artist." So I said, "Okay, great." So, and me wanting to make sure that my presentation was together, I was like, you know what? Let me really show up. So I ordered business cards. I created a banner. I came up with my business name, Chicasso, aka Picasso, by Whitney. And I legalized my business. I, was at her event. And then this is really how my business has started. And then, I feel like with artwork, people love artwork, but I feel like people comprehend candles more. And I love candles. So I started making candles. So that's more or less where more of my focus has been recently. But that is really how my business has started. It started from me creating from a bad breakup, getting, isolating myself, getting back in touch with, the things that, I haven't done since like high school, middle school. I haven't painted in years. Then I met Chantel. She presented the opportunity to me. I knew I couldn't come half-assed. So I made sure that everything was together. And the rest is history at this point. Like I started in 2019 and this has still been a thing. And as you can see, I'm transitioning my business into other territories of the world. I do have customers who do purchase from me that live outside of Jersey and even New York, but even as far as California. But I want to actually connect with people face to face. And have them smell my product and really, get that branding and that familiarity going with the product. So that's why I'm here. And I love Miami. I love South Florida. I love this location. It's beautiful. It's vibrant. The energy is just undeniable. People talk about, oh, don't Miami me to death. Speak for yourself. Okay. Because I don't feel like to have a legit vacation experience, it has to be outside the US or it has to be somewhere so foreign and exotic. Like, in essence, when you think of a lot of places, they all look the same anyway, So, but nonetheless, so I'm here and I've already contacted some different companies in regards to like vending. So I'm out here and I'm making those connections to fulfill what I came out here to do. And I just wanted to share that. So Oh, so before I go, I don't mean to talk your ears off, but one of the things that I have felt or I've experienced is an emotional roller coaster. And the thing with emotional roller coasters, especially when you're trying to achieve something or when you're achieving something, is that it's going to be there. You're going to experience a trillion emotions. I've experienced excitement. I've experienced feeling blessed. I've experienced anxiety. Should I've experienced, insecurities coming to surface. All types of things have been a part of this experience so far. But I know that despite it all, it's still going to be so fruitful. And this is a part of the journey. And like my friend Belita and I were having the discussion this morning, nothing is easy peasy. If it was all easy and emotionless, then what will be the fruitfulness behind it? What will be what will give you the opportunity to tell somebody, hey, I went through the same things emotionally, but keep on going because it's going to be great in the end. You know, for me, what I realized about myself is not to say like I can't function in a group of people. I just prefer to do things with that max two people. And if not, I just do things solo. One of the things that, nobody really discusses is like if you're of a certain age, I'm 36. If you're of a certain age and you're single with no kids, life is really different. Not to say that life is bad because it ain't bad because people get it twisted. You don't always need somebody to be a valid or a legitimate 30 something year old individual. But what I will say is that you have to be mindful of how you maintain your schedule, as far as like accountability, because you don't have another individual to be accountable for. Also, too, you have to be mindful of, when your friends who are in relationships or have families and children and things of that sort, or maybe financially are not in a certain place to enjoy the certain things that you enjoy, you have to be mindful of that and still create the experiences that you want out of this life. So, a lot of people are like, well, why would you go there for 30 days? Why would you go by yourself? It's expensive. Is this really the decision that you want to make? Is this, a lot of people project their fears onto your vision for your life. And, for the past couple of years, I have been like, fuck everybody's opinion. you know Fuck what people think I should do, or what relationships people think I should be in, or whatever the case may be. And I've just truly been living my authentic life. Like, I've been doing the things that make sense to me. I've been doing the things that, hey, 10 years from now, I might not have an interest in, but you know what, today I have an interest in it. And I'm not waiting for people to take the journey with me. You know what I'm saying? And not for nothing, what people have to remember is that the things that you want in life, let me tell you, God did not set that up to be a conference call. It was a conversation between you and the Most High. So therefore, seize the moment. So that's where I've been at, and that's why I'm here. And I learned so much. I've learned so much about myself in this journey, and I keep on learning so much about myself. Like, I'm like, wow, I really am putting myself in very uncomfortable situations to get the results that I want. Because I feel like to not put yourself in an uncomfortable situation to get the results that you want, you might as well just not exist. Like, for you to just let me. And I don't want to say that. Like, let me reword that. Not that you might as well not exist. I don't want that to sound like, oh, kill yourself, because that's not what I'm saying at all. But what I'm saying is that um, when life is filled with monotony and boredom and, lacks excitement, you have to switch up the scenario. And you have to find things that you enjoy, and you have to be open to being uncomfortable and to sometimes being alone in the process, so that your tribe will find you. The people that speak the exact same language about life, will find you. And that's where I'm at. I know amazing people, and I'm not talking down about anybody that I know, because I know some amazing people. And just because sometimes our love languages doesn't match, it does not mean that their love language about life is insignificant. It just means that it's different. But it's also important for me to still nourish and love on those relationships, but still make myself open to meeting people who speak my language, my love language, who are maybe single with no kids, who, have a little bit more of a financial pocket to just live life. And I'm not saying I'm wealthy, but you know what? Like, it's coming. It's, look, what, as they say, call it forward. I am wealthy. I am wealthy. I'm calling it forward. I'm wealthy, damn it. You know? So, but I just want to be around those individuals that can enjoy life with me and just live. So, nonetheless, I don't want to talk too much. That's all I wanted to share. Go after your dreams. Do it. What is it? I don't want to say fail forward. I know people say that. That sounds a little cringy to me. Go after what you want, regardless of what anybody says, regardless of the negative voices that we hear in our head that tell us that it can't be achieved. Go after what you want and allow yourself to receive all of what you are deserve, all of what you owe. You're owed in this lifetime. Abundance is our birthright, and we have the right to want and to do anything that we want in this world, as long as we're not, of course, harming anyone, disrespecting ourselves, or whatever the case may be. So I just wanted to come here and say that, and I'll be giving you more footage in regards to the journey, and I'm happy I'm here. I'm thankful, and I'm blessed, and I'm honored. I'm honored. I'm honored. I'm just honored, and I'm just thankful, and I just wanted to share that. So, if you're in the Miami area, stay tuned in regards to some events that I'm going to be at, so that you can come and check me out. If you need candles, the website is www.shecastleByWhitneyLLC.com. Even though I'm not in Jersey, I can still get something shipped to you. It's not an issue. And if you don't follow my Instagram is at She Castle by Whitney LLC. Spelling is SHECASSOBYWHITNEYLLC. That's my Instagram. And be blessed. That's it. I'm about to eat my breakfast. My grits have gotten cold. My bacon is getting cold. And my tea might still have a little zhuzh left. But that's all I wanted to say. Be great. Be blessed. And I don't want to say sky's the limit, because I think that puts a limit. Like, there is no limit. So just do what you want to do. Make it work. Be great. Peace.